Former tech billionaire Elizabeth Holmes has been convicted of fraud. A California jury found she conspired to defraud investors in her blood testing company, Theranos. Prosecutors say the 37-year-old lied about devices, which she claimed could run a range of tests with just a few drops of blood from a finger prick. She received millions of dollars from wealthy private investors and in 2015 became the youngest self-made billionaire. A Wall Street Journal investigation later revealed major flaws in Theranos technology. The jury in San Jose yesterday morning found her guilty of 4 of the 11 federal charges against her. Holmes was acquitted of 4 counts, while the jury was unable to reach a verdict on 3 others. Joining me now live to discuss this is legal analyst and former California prosecutor Michele Hagan. Michele, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Firstly, how significant is this conviction?
It's very significant. I think it's a wake-up call for Silicon Valley and any business owners out there to make sure the statements that they make and whatever they put in writing is truthful and accurate.
And how long is she now facing behind bars? How big of a penalty does this carry?
Well, each count exposes her to up to 20 years in prison, plus a $250,000 fine, plus 3 years of probation. So it's very significant. And the fact that she was found guilty of defrauding investors of up to $144 million significantly increases her exposure to prison time.
There has been some suggestion that the verdict sends a mixed message to investors, given that the jury reached no verdict on 3 of those counts. Do you agree?
Not necessarily. I think the other 3 counts, I think the jury probably, again, I'm speculating, but I think the jury probably just didn't find enough evidence. But the 3 counts that they did come back on are very significant.
Overall, I mean, this has been a fascinating trial to start with. It's been very high profile. What do you think that Elizabeth Holmes' true intentions were here?
I think she was hoping to change the world with her blood testing technology. And she was committed to her vision. And I think she just didn't want to go back to the drawing board and fix the technology. She was just wanted to move forward and implement her vision and her dream. And she just, I don't know, made some representations that the jury found to be false and fraudulent.
You alluded to this earlier, but does it now set a precedent for future cases involving startups, particularly in the Silicon Valley, as you mentioned?
Absolutely. I mean, wire fraud is no joke. And when you're looking at 20 years in prison on each count, you better make sure that everything that you say is truthful and accurate and you can back it up.
Does she at all now have grounds to appeal the decision?
We're going to find that out, but like any defendant, she should appeal this to make sure that the evidence supports each one of these convictions and make sure that there were no problems in the trial. And we're going to find out probably in the next couple months what her grounds for appeal are.
Just finally, you're of course in California right now. What's been the reaction to the case itself? Has it really gripped the country? What's it been like?
I think it's having a very loud message to all in Silicon Valley and all those innovators and investors out there to make sure that they do due diligence, and any of the pharmaceutical companies that partner with technology to make sure that the technology is working before they roll it out to the public.
Absolutely fair call. Michele Hagan, we have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.